Astrology is a good excuse. There's an owl outside. I get those. Did I tell you about my huge wasp nest? I think I did. Jupiter is cruising right through Gemini, hitting 20 degrees. And then, so, we have Mercury hitting its home place. It's another place it likes to be is in Virgo. The other place is Gemini that it likes to be. So there's we can look at these, but the Mercury is going to square Jupiter on the 21st. When Mercury squares Jupiter, see if somebody has Mercury squared Jupiter in their chart, Mercury rules your communication style, what you like to talk about, but basically just your blah blah blah. And Jupiter rules, like, say, it's like you're part of, not your part of fortune. It's a very fortunate planet, though. It's a high-minded planet. It does kind of point at your monies and the creative spark that you have that maintains your benefits, and how you benefit, and really it's the beneficiary. So, but now when you have any kind of contact with Mercury, Jupiter, you can suspect that this is kind of like a scholarly person. They might have an expansion about their mind capacity. If it's a trine or a conjunction or even an opposition, we're in the safety zone of that, man, these people are really interesting, and you can look up their research or what they're talking about and say, oh no, they know what they're talking about, but really they will probably have a very artistic way about them too, very magical. I mean, I can only imagine. See, because I don't have it, but see, I do intuitive astrology, and we look at it, and it's very fun that way because you can dial in. But it is, if it's a square, these people are flat liars. They tend to get uh, involved in circles of bullshitters, and it's a big thing like that where the communications is blown out of its socket. And why do these people even talk? It seems like it's just to make sure that everybody is being bullshitted across the board. It's a lie. It's hey, that was like a maybe not necessarily like a gaslight though either. But is it? Really, what is the difference between gaslight and just like the lies? Right? It is. Is it gaslighting? Pardon me. I have something. Anyway, not a very long video. I don't think. I am receding more because it's right before my solar return, so I'm going to try to make this a long video and put it up. I wanted to talk about just thanking people for being so wonderful. I know that there's wonderful people, right, that appreciate us. See, I am an artist. I've done live performances as a musician, um, but more deeply, like I work really hard behind closed doors in my whatever artistry it is, and music is something I've been like impactful. But if you look close, you will see that I'm highly creative in other ways and things, and like kind of whatever I apply myself to. And so my point is that that's why I'm finding you find me here. I'm refining something. By the way, there's some videos that I have released. I don't know if I did release them. I need to. I need to keep up on it. I'm a little bit distracted by just other people's lives and stuff. And it's like, babes, I need better support. That's because I take myself seriously. I'm supposed to. We, as in you and me. But it's really you. If you look at the now, I need my big giant white chalkboard. Not a chalkboard. It's the ink board, and I have his easel already. I have easels are a, a lot of money, but I have my family left it behind in case I need an easel. No, they were painters and teachers of painting, and you need easel, right? You see somebody with their easel out in the middle of the forest, and it's a trip because an easel looks like this, but it goes all the way down, right? And it has a stand, but you have a definite cross there. Anyway, not anything specific to say except for because well, we need to take a break. There's intellectual capacity right now that is off the charts when you have Mercury in Virgo. It's just that thing alone is going to perform, like I said the last time it hit Virgo a little bit, but now it's really in Virgo, and it's like, did you gas up? Did you see all the tasks that you need to do within your whatever it is that you thought was impossible? But because, see, here's the trick is that you see the sun is going through Virgo now, and when it gets down to the 20th, around about my birthday, but really it's my birthday's the 26th, but the 20th is when it trines to both Uranus and Pluto. Uranus and Pluto are trine to each other. It's a very harmonious aspect between the Earth planets. It's not being spoken of, but so this is like very quiet. If you rub your eyes a little bit and you just look at what you have, I mean, boy, if you have what I have, which is you just talk about the basics that people strive for, then that's what I'm talking about. It's like, well, it's a nice place to be, right? It's better to be there than feeling like you're lacking. Really, see the Earth signs. Capricorn holds the money, and Taurus too. Taurus is the darn builder and the hard worker and just does that shit. Great quality there as far as how it does it with love. It really strives for a very Venetian quality, which is desirable, you know. And then Virgo, Virgo is a money maker, also just a hard working, but Virgo is such a trip, right? It's an earth sign. I have Venus in Virgo, and I guess I'm just only coming from that angle of the strangest place to have Venus. But I happen to think it's the superior place. It's full of analytical powers. A lot of people don't like to get into the details, but in fact, you're not doing anything interesting unless you get beyond the obvious and you hit the details, and that's where you can become very, I don't want to use the word systematic, but envisionary, visual. Well, how do you say it? You're an envisioner. You are. See, the word practical comes up with the Venus and Virgo. They are the ones who are wondering what you're going to do with your as a career, right? You have to make, and it's not necessarily you have to make money, but it's really about how is your creative life doing? Are you able to serve in such a way that it's satisfying, reciprocating, and boy, we didn't hurt each other. See, Virgo is the healer. They solve problems. They are the healer. They're the ones that they are rolling up their sleeves and they're like particularly the darned Venus in Virgo is very peculiar. It's like you wonder. See, I'm like I wonder what makes me happy. And it's like serving people who really need a grungy ass job done or something. These are the nurses that are washing people, and it's gratifying to us to have solved that problem. It's really simple, but nobody wants to do it. And it's like, no, watch this. And there's something that will respond to you that they go, oh, you made me feel so much better. And that feels so good. And it's like, sorry that you missed that part of life, that it's just a little, you think it's uncomfortable, but no. Go through the whole process of just, will you please go and clean your bathroom? Just go and spruce it up. You have to, maybe get some of the cleaner and shine up the porcelain, do a little squeak up the um, chrome if it's there, Do the corners. Don't miss the corners. What in the hell are you doing? See, that's not the Virgo way, is to get into detail. And you have to thank these people because they're not only doing that, but see, if you can imagine going into detail, if you're a holistic person, you're going to start weeding out things into a more like, okay, but into a holistic thing. It's a whole uh, happening. Virgin comes to word with Virgo. Virgo, virgin has nothing to do with a human figure. The sex thing, no. Although, no, you can start saying, yeah, there's a virgin capacity within the human being. There are the original design. There isn't like an overlay of a programming that's distorting or causing perversion or yeah, anything bent out of shape. It's just it's the original. It's like apple number 9, baby. You see, there's a sticker on there, and the ones that all the fruits and vegetables that start with apple number 9 is organic, non-GMO, and it's going to harmonize with the organic creator of creation. You know, because that's the problem here. Is we do not want to get separated, and because it causes disease. And the Virgo, you're listening to a Venus and Virgo right now. That's no, when we have, folks, we might get into the astrology. When we have, well, see, I heard that the eclipse coming up is actually in Pisces, and I don't know why it's like, oh, here comes another. I'm like the constant man and woman issue, and it's like, no, now, and it's gonna kind of see we're finishing up that man and woman. Did you see the weirdness that's going on? I see how that it's weird how it's folding over this way. That there is a religion that men and women should practice, and you got to minute 12. I wonder what's going to happen at minute 21. The religion for men and women here is sex. I don't I'm not somebody who talks about it openly. I'm a very modest person. I'm very private. But as a generational value, we should be piping up about something that if we don't, it will be lost forever. And right? And what is that one guy, George Orwell, his little interview? He's like sitting there and he's like, and then the organism. I said organism. You know what's in the word organism, right? Let me remind you. And I couldn't believe it. I was like, the instructions are right there on the manual. And when we do look in a church or something, they do have an organ. I think I talked about this already, but it's just facts, ma'am. I don't like to repeat myself. I like to move on. I'm very much a trailblazer. I'm searching through my Bible because I wanted to show you. It's right there. Look at that. Do you see what's in the word organism? See, a woman has a profound responsibility to take care of her organism. What I mean is, do you see the you're free to capitalize it anywhere, anytime. This is to hold on to your intellectual property in case you thought you wanted something of the universe. And I'm saying that what if it happens to be that it is the truth, that feeling good was key? I know that Abraham Hicks does that, and I'm a musician, and I'm saying, damn right it is. Let's just tune that bitch up. You have a key that you're going to hit, and when you do, I am going to do something for the organism when pretty soon, if I can maintain my health and take care of myself. It's very tedious being a channel and receiving downloads to basically how to go inside of the one particular intricate passage into what is equal to the Death Star. Find Darth Vader, get over that was your dad, and just chop its head off. And then try to implode the Death Star. You have to do it from the inside out, though. See, everybody is wearing a robe at the judicial system over there. And you have to have your, you know, your language down. See, this is what your money should say, because if it was really a great thing, It would be unquestionable. You'd be like, woo! I mean, it's okay to say God, but what the hell is God? Is there a feeling that we're trying to manifest here? I'm pretty sure, yeah, because why? Oh, babes, that's something you don't want to have a miserable life. You want to go for a good feeling. And I see this is really hard to talk to some people who are very much on the Kool-Aid, and they're like, "You mean I can actually stay on the Kool-Aid?" It's like, no, I mean, we're talking about a very long-term, long and drawn-out ecstasy. That basically, if you want to talk about organism, it's like now you're going to get into this fact of life thing that is like, it's definitely common see. It's common sense. What is silent is sound, the truth. We're talking about joy being the key for the and what more instruction do you need right on the package of, in case you are an organism. This is a very human situation, by the way, and we need to make sure that we are saying no. Human. What I mean is the aperture that appears human. Not all of us are human beings. I am a leading up towards why this is important. It's just in case you would like a human civilization to emerge out of what's just tooling about here. Just because it's here doesn't mean it has graduated into becoming. That's the way you say it. It has graduated into becoming. Realized. That now is an enlightened person. That's a human being. There, and see, now your religion, I was getting back to it. Now, Shauna, how do you create a human being then? If you're not born already in a human being, you do it through Buddhism. No, I mean, you can call it's a conversation or an interaction, maybe, but it's definitely sex is a very special conversation, isn't it? Because who cares? I've talked about it before. The man, he can go and whatever he can do, she can do better. Yes, I can. No, you can't. No, yes, you can't. I am in an air balloon right now. I happen to go be in a submarine. I have achieved a doily that's the size of a house. I fucking made a metal um, church or whatever, skyscraper, whatever they're doing. Who cares? Really? Who really does care? I don't. They can do it. I don't care. They can also try to play with each other. If they don't play fair, they need to get the fuck out of there. But now, um, talking about that playing together fair, what if there was an interest of doing this kind of thing? Like, are we going to enmesh ourselves? Like, somebody, who do you think thinks about it? See, this is important, and I want to put this in. I shouldn't be exposing people to this. I really want just my PayPal to work and my Cash App. The Cash App thing, I notice how easy it is. It's like, well, this one sure does look fucking basically easy. Good, great. But no, I sparked up my PayPal, I think. Sometimes it hangs up on some things. It's like, why does it keep doing it in a fucking loop? But anyway, I can refine myself and be better. You know, I know how to work well. Talking about my Venus and Virgo, I have a very strict regimen. I know how to work, and the calling would be is to take radical self-care of myself because I do channel and I have been actually moving into it a particular time. I think it's because Mars is moving near my Jupiter, and my Jupiter is the see. I have a bucket shape of my chart, and I like to say that it's my Jupiter that's the handle that actually swings that puppy, gets it going, very creative. It's in the 12th house, but it's my ascendant. Yep, and that means that my very being is going to be is the handle through which I start to uh, um, use all of that. I have a stellium. It's actually 6 planets there aligned. It's Venus, Sun, Pluto, Mars, Mercury, Uranus, Mercury, and then Pluto is looking trippy. There, it's on the outskirts. Not Pluto. I'm sorry, Neptune. It's on the outskirts, and then we had Saturn kind of doing a really interesting, like matter of fact, you know, we have to refine this. You look at this, it's I want to come up with the word wall, but no, it's like an organized structure that says hop, halt, and now a certain, this harsh reality that Saturn would love to teach us needs to be learned first, and then we move on, and what we have next is the part of fortune. And yeah, it's pretty easy to figure me out if you look at my chart. I was trying to talk about the stellium. See, I know what's going to be happening if I um, can survive all of the spiritual attacks that I'm going through. Um, it's a spiritual warfare, and I dare say this right now, that I'm a spiritual leader. And take it or leave it, there are leaders. The spiritual ones, they know that there's a transformation that we're going through. It's a beautiful process, and the illusion of death is precisely that. So, hi Jesus, am I doing good? Yeah, tell them how that I was a leader. Okay. And well, it's not always that fun when you are the first responder. Your leader, by the way, is your electrical system in your body, your nerves, the most sensitive thing. That's why we're hot on the tip of the, look, it's minute 21, and I think I've made a subject matter out of this fucking video. Yay! Hot on the subject matter of the feminine. And it's not, they always say, well, the masculine has a feminine inside, and the feminine, blah, 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 blah. But it's like, but what happened to the woman? I was questioning that years ago on this thing, I think it was, of like, where are women? I tell the story of what the fuck happened to women, by the way. Jesus, was that you? Yeah, just put a beard on me, girl. And here, let's go. I'll be right there. Beware of your picnic table. The thorns thing, babe, that's a symbology. You're looking at a metaphor. I love it. What's a metaphor, Sana? I need my chalkboard. We're going to get into what's mental. Did we write it here? Yes. Look at me. I have a Bible I'm working on, and I will be selling it for, you know, it's worth $120 to my best friends, especially Nancy and Patsy. Babes, I would give you a free book. Am I kidding me? Oh, God, I see, I am such a Jupiter and Pisces oppose my Venus with a Pluto conjunct Mars Sun. I'm like, excuse me, but I'm God. How much do you think you're gonna? Do you feel the charge? I'm gonna have to start charging for my charge. Is that fine with you? It is. That's the idea. I can spend now another holy, useful, and amazing 20 minutes explaining to you how we're supposed to use this and the so-called monies. They are giving us a chance to do something, and we don't get near. Why? There is distraction from the possibility of figuring out the video game. The video game. I would love to be sent through the mail into my mailbox. It's a weird request, but I want some. Even though I don't eat meat, but this I think is necessary for me because I need to stay in shape. I need to stay fit because in 2 years we're going to be activating. Did I tell you how the terrible news? I'm a spiritual leader. I didn't just say that. Oh, it's just me, but it is. I have come on sea. You do too, though. See, that's why there's the communication and on the C part. Very important. You have an I. That's the real C, babes. That's because I wanted to tell you about science. Very simple. Our language, the coding, the code that's already here. It's very interesting, and it's amazing too. Because why do you want to get into it? Well, you want to get back to your abundance. Now notice the real words that are in the word, the slur, the absolute abundance, abundance. What's that? Slow down. Let's look at the words, the birds in the word. Pull it apart. Abundance. The sheep know this. You know, now. Did I talk about in the beginning how that it's about feeling good? And you know that God's a frequency found within you. It causes buoyancy to the point of, babe, I'm looking at abundance every day. I'm looking at it. I keep looking. And it happens like right there. I'm like, wait a minute. Now, do I have anything to do with this? And the fucking birds, and they were running across and even the rabbits. The rabbits are like, they do a fucking bun dance right in front of me. How? Well, if I throw them a carrot or something, I'll do a bun dance. Have you ever gardened your own fruits and vegetables or something? Just when you get the sprout alone, you do a bun dance. You're like, yeah, baby. Woo! See, I'm talking, babe. I get a marker. I need a marker for my blank page. It'll be right here at this size, and I'll be like, and I'll be saying, now I want to show you. See, I don't know how I'm going to do this because there's a lot of brainwashing about. See, it's okay to be called something that when you decode it, it shows that he and she is here. That's all. It's fine. It really is. It's fine.